a maximum of 10 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Order. Honorable Omanyo, silence. Order, members. Honorable Junet, you are out of order. Member for Nyando, take your seat. Totally out of order. If you're leaving, leave using your feet, not your mouth. Honorable members, you will hear the Honorable Muthoni in silence and uninterrupted.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, my name is Muthoni Monica Marubu. I was born in the village of Kiongwe in Mpeketoni. I went to primary school in Ndeu Primary School, Hindi Ward. I went to Lamu Girls High School, and I pursued a degree in international relations, diplomacy, and foreign affairs in USIU. Madam Speaker, I have been on the list of shame of those members of parliament that have never spoken. And I take this opportunity to apologize to the people of Lamu for putting them on the papers for the wrong reasons. But Madam Speaker, I happen to be those students who are very average. I start very slowly. I remember, Madam Speaker, when I went to primary school, I scored 258 marks out of 500, quite average. I went to Lamu Girls High School, Madam Speaker, and I made it a B. And I went to university. I graduated with first class honors, Madam Speaker. I believe, Madam Speaker, even after starting very slowly, I will do the people of Lamu right. Madam Speaker, Lamu County is blessed with huge economic potential. It is the home to the Lamu Port and the Lapset Corridor program, which, if implemented, Madam Speaker, would be very good for this country and for East and Central Africa. Madam Speaker, Lamu County has landmass of approximately 797 arable land and an industrious, resilient population. Our capacity to grow food, Madam Speaker, when the country is battling food insecurity is untapped. Our blue economy potential, Madam Speaker, also very untapped. We have very high potential, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, this very promising future of our county have been put in jeopardy by two very serious issues. Number one, it is the ineffective land management. And number two, it is the recurrent cases of insecurity. Madam Speaker, allow me to take this opportunity to delve a little into the history of Lamu so as to put perspective into my argument. Traditionally, Madam Speaker, before the invasion of the Arabs, Lamu was managed under the African customary land tenure system. There was no need for land adjudication, mapping, or titles. The community engaged in rotational subsistence farming and lived in Swahili villages. Pre-colonial era, Madam Speaker, Lamu was colonized by the Arabs under the Sultanate of Zanzibar. When the Sultan came with his people, the rights of the people of Lamu ceased to exist. They did not have the right to own land. They were subjects of the Sultan. After the post-colonial era, Madam Speaker, the land became under the crown. Again, Madam Speaker, the rights of the people of Lamu were neglected and they were made to be squatters on their own land. After the colonization, Madam Speaker, the Jomo Kenyatta government negotiated terms with the Sultan and with the colonial masters, and again, the Lamu people remained to be squatters on their own land. Madam Speaker, in a Gazette notice of October 21st, 1983, under the Kenya Gazette number 4058, all unalienated land was declared to be government land. Madam Speaker, in Lamu East Islands, Kiunga, Kiwayu, and Boni Forest, among other areas, the government have continued to disfavor our people by displacing them from their ancestral land in favor of environmental conservation without relocating them or giving them any alternative land. After the promulgation of the new constitution, Madam Speaker, the responsibility to help the people of Lamu, the indigenous people of Lamu, acquire land was given to the county council. It is during this time, Madam Speaker, that all land, particularly in Lamu East, was subdivided into private ranches. Madam Speaker, all this while, nobody have ever cared about the indigenous people of Lamu, only those in power and the elites who have continued to take all the land and neglecting the people of Lamu. Madam Speaker,